Hi, it's Neale from Hypnosis Essex. In this video, I want to show you 3 ways that you can stop anxiety without medication. A lot of times my clients come in and they've tried all sorts of medication to stop their anxiety or reduce their anxiety. And for some people it works for a while, but typically after a period of time it wears off because your mind is much stronger than the medication. And typically people end up going from one medication to another medication or increasing the dosages because it just doesn't work anymore. But here's 3 things that you can do right now to reduce your anxiety. And this is how it works. You've got to do something differently. Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is to keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So if you want to get rid of the anxiety, you've got to make some changes. And number 1 thing that you can do to change the way you feel, to change your emotional state, is to change your physiology. You may not have thought about this before, but your body is incredibly intertwined with your mental state. If you shift your body and move your body differently, then you'll shift your mental state. There's been loads and loads of studies on this, and they've shown categorically, they've gone into mental hospitals where people are suffering with long-term anxiety or long-term depression, and they've put them on a 30-day exercise program, maybe putting them in the gym or getting them running, getting them swimming, and in 30 days, it's broken the cycle of anxiety and depression. So the number 1 thing you can do right now is change your physiology. And that's physiology is just a flash word for moving your body. So what do I mean? Well, right now, I guarantee you, if you already know this, right now, if I was to say to you, behind the curtain over there is someone who's depressed, I'll give you £1,000 if you can describe to me how they appear. Like, for example, is their head up or is it down? It's down, right? Yeah. Where are their shoulders? Are their shoulders rolled back or are they rolled down? They're rolled down. What about their voice tone? Is it sort of slow and monotonous and really down? Or is it sort of animated and really full of rich tonality? It's slow and slow down, isn't it? And so we already know this. Now with anxiety, it's exactly the same. How do you do anxiety? The only way you can do anxiety is to talk to yourself really quickly and wrap it on as fast as you can and go, oh my God, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, oh my God, is this going to happen, oh my God, and start picturing all sorts of weird shit happening in your life. And then it creates anxiety. Well, here's the thing. If you change that, if you move your body differently, if you slow down all those things, you can begin to shift the anxiety. So here's what I recommend that you do. There's been a load of research on this. Go up when you get out in the morning or at a certain point in the day, go for a walk. But when you go for a walk, do it in a specific way. Don't walk along looking at the ground. If you do that, you'll access your feelings, you'll access your self-talk, and you'll start ruminating and you'll put yourself into a slump. Instead, walk around with your head held up high, your shoulders back, and start looking at the trees, maybe the birds in the trees, start looking at the rooftops. Have a look at the clouds as you walk along. By doing this, it activates a different part of your mind, and as a result, you will start to feel differently. The other thing you can do is to expand your awareness so that you go into what's called peripheral vision. There's 2 types of vision. There's what's called foveal vision, which is kind of like pinpoint focus, or there's expanded awareness, which is peripheral vision. Now, without going into a long explanation, peripheral vision is linked to what's called your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest phase, while foveal vision is linked to the fight and flight response, the sort of deer in the headlight syndrome. So what I want you to do right now is, as you're sitting there either watching this on your phone or if you're watching this on your laptop, just imagine, put your hands out in front and focus on a point between your fingers, and then begin to expand your awareness so that you're looking straight ahead, but you can still see your fingers moving, so that you can hold your hands out at 180 degrees, you're still looking forward, and you can still see your fingers moving. Now, if you do this, you're going into expanded awareness, to peripheral vision. And what's going to happen is it's going to slow down your internal dialogue. Your jaw's going to relax. There'll be an increase in saliva in your body. Your breathing is going to slow down, and it will start to slow down your body and take your body out of sympathetic arousal into parasympathetic arousal, which is the rest and digest phase. So that's one thing, one way of changing your body that can take you out of anxiety very quickly. And I suggest that when you're walking around, when you're looking up, that you're in expanded awareness, you're aware of everything around you, and that will help you to relax. So that's the one thing you can do. Second thing you can do is to change your focus. Your focus will determine how you feel. If you're focusing on all the rubbish in your life, all the problems in your life, then it's going to make you feel bad. It just does that. So right now, as you're in your room, wherever you are, if you're watching it on your phone or your laptop, I want you to just look around and notice everything in your room that's brown, or everything wherever you are that's brown. Just look around and go, okay, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown, that's brown. Okay, that's brown, okay, that's brown. Okay, now just momentarily close your eyes. If you're driving a car, don't close your eyes. Just close your eyes and now tell me everything that's red. It's a bit different, isn't it? Because you were focusing on all the brown in your life. But what happens if you focus on everything else? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself the question, what are you most proud of? Now, some of you may be thinking, nothing, I'm not proud of anything. What could you be proud of? Right now, if you stopped and thought about it, what could you be most proud of? And have you ever seen a little kid? Do you remember a little kid and you were proud of something? When you were proud of something, maybe you did something, you were really proud of it, you kind of put a big silly grin on your face, you think, yep, that was me, I did that. Imagine what it would be like. Think about that, feel proud. Another thing, what would it be like if you were to be grateful? What in your life are you most grateful for right now? And again, some of you may be thinking, nothing, my life's crap. What could you be grateful for? You know, the reality is you're not in Syria being bombed right now. So there's lots of things you've got to be grateful for. What if you were to focus on that? Maybe you've got a roof over your head. You know, maybe you've got running water. Maybe you've got your health. What are you most grateful for right now? And as you start to think of these things, like what are you most proud of? What are you grateful for? For another example, who do you love and who loves you? And again, you may say, no one loves me, that's my problem. Okay, but who could you love? Who could love you? And begin to change your focus. Because by doing this, you're taking your focus from over here, looking at all the brown in your life, to over there, and starting to shift your focus, shift your attention. And if you start focusing on all those things, if you start every morning getting up and think, what am I most grateful for in my life right now? What am I proud of? What have I achieved today? Takes your attention in a totally different way, and it will start to retrain your brain to think differently. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. Complicated name, but you've had an experience of this. Have you ever bought either a new car or maybe a new suit or an outfit, and you think, oh wow, this is really wonderful. I've never seen anything like this before. And then you go out, and all you can see is other versions of that car or other people in that outfit or that suit. And you think, wow, what happened? They were already there, but you didn't notice at that time. But because your attention was on it, you started noticing more examples of that. So when you start asking the questions like, what am I most proud of? What am I most excited about? Who do I love? Who loves me? Your attention will start to go to those things, and you'll start noticing more and more things that you're grateful for in your life, more and more things that you're proud of, and it takes your attention. So that's number 2. That's the second thing you can use to reduce your anxiety without medication. The third one is to change your self-talk. If you've got anxiety, I can almost wager money that one of the ways you get yourself into a bit of a state is by talking to yourself a million miles an hour, saying all sorts of nasty, horrible things to yourself, and as a result, it makes you feel anxious. So what you can do is to change that self-talk. And there's a number of ways you can do it, but here's just one. If you were to come at one of my clients, I would teach you some more, but right now, here's one that you can use. So let's say, for example, when you think of, let's say you think of going out, if you've got social anxiety, you might say something to yourself like, oh my God, I hope I am not going to be anxious, right? So let's say that's your internal dialogue. You think of going out, you go, oh my God, I hope I'm not going to be anxious like I was last week. And of course, here's the thing, here's another thing, a little trick about how the brain works. You cannot think about what you don't want to think about without thinking about it. Think about that for a minute. So for example, if I say to you, don't think of a blue tree, what's the first thought that pops in your mind? A blue tree. I told you not to think of a blue tree. But that's what happens. So if you say to yourself, I hope I'm not anxious like I was last week, you're putting your attention on anxiety. Yeah. Going back to the second one, you're putting your focus on anxiety. So we need to start changing that. But even if we don't change that part of it, if we just change the rate and speed, because here's the thing, the only way you can talk yourself into an anxious state is to talk really, really quickly and talk a million miles an hour. Go, oh my God, I hope I don't get anxious like I did last week. Oh my God, it's going to go wrong. Everyone's going to look at me. Oh my God. You have to do it really quickly. Because imagine trying to get anxious if you were to say, oh my God, I hope I'm not going to get anxious like I did last week. It doesn't work, does it? What if you were to talk to yourself in like Mickey Mouse's voice or Sylvester the Cat's voice, saying the same thing? Saying, suffering succotash, oh my God, I hope I don't get anxious like I did last week. It doesn't quite have the same effect, does it? So these are some of the things. So what would it be like if you were to right now write down the sentence that you use to get yourself anxious? Like, so for example, if you pick this one, and now we're going to slow it down. So I want you to play along with this and notice how it changes how you feel. So just play along, and I want you to say what I'm saying at the same rate and speed and pitch and tonality that I'm going to say it. Ready? Oh my God. I hope I'm not going to get anxious like I did last week. Now notice how that changes how you feel in your body. Do you feel anxious or not? It doesn't work, does it? It's totally incongruent with the normal mental strategy in which you would use to create anxiety. So there's just 3 ways that you can use right now to change your anxiety without use of medication. You can change your physiology, you can start looking up, you can go into peripheral vision, you can change your focus. Instead of focusing on the brown, asking yourself, what am I most grateful for? What am I excited about? Start changing your focus. Then you can change your internal dialogue, slowing it down, maybe using Sylvester the Cat's voice or Mickey Mouse's voice. That will change the mental strategy in which you've been using up until now to create anxiety. And of course, if you need any help with this, just let me know, because I work daily with people with serious anxiety disorders, generalized anxiety disorders, and panic disorders. And so I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can help you resolve those situations very, very quickly. And these are things that you can do, and some of the techniques I help with my clients. But we do a heck of a lot more. We clear out some of the stuff of the past. If you've been through sorts of trauma and things like that, I can help you resolve those very, very quickly. So practice these. If you need any help, get in contact with me. There's there's a link in the description down below. And if you like this video, remember to like and to subscribe, because I'm always creating more videos that are going to help you to resolve your anxiety and your panic disorder very, very quickly. So hopefully, I want you to practice these, and I'll never get to see you, but if you do need any help, please let me know.